Hello everyone, happy Easter and welcome to Alice's Kitchen. We could not close off the Easter series without making hot cross buns. So today we are going to be making some hot cross buns. I will quickly take you through the ingredients that I'm going to be using today. In here, I've got 4 1/4 cups of bread flour. You can use plain flour if you absolutely don't have access to bread flour. I've got 50 grams of unsalted butter. This is going to be melted when it's time to use it. Half a cup of custard sugar, 2 teaspoons cinnamon powder, 2 teaspoons all-purpose spice or allspice. I've got in here 3 teaspoons of instant yeast. Hiding in here is half a teaspoon of salt, 1 1/2 cups of milk, which we are going to warm up in a second when we need it. And I've got 1 egg that's at room temperature. We'll need some extra flour for making the crosses, and we'll also use some apricot jam for the glaze, but I'll talk you through that when we get to that part. So let's get started. I am using my standing mixer. So in the bowl of the mixer, I'm going to add the dry ingredients. That's the flour. I'll add the sugar, allspice, cinnamon powder. I'll add the salt. I'll give this a quick mix before I add the yeast. Now add 3 teaspoons of yeast. And now I've got my warm milk that's mixed with melted butter, my egg, Now I'm going to knead using my mixer. If you're kneading by hand, this is the part where you'd put the dough on a floured surface and then you would use your hands to knead. I'm using my mixer, so I'm just gonna put this on my mixer and knead. So our dough is ready. If you can see, it's now very nice and stretchy. So I'm just going to use my hands to just form it into a ball so it's ready for proofing. Just rub my hands with some flour. So there it is. You can see it's nice and smooth. That's another way you can use to tell if it's ready. So you can either transfer it to a different bowl or you can use the same one. I'm just gonna pop it back in here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this with some cling film. So that's just cling wrap. You can use a dish towel, it works as well. So now our dough is back. It's doubled in size. So I'll just knock out the air, just punch out all the air, and then I've got a board which I'm going to sprinkle with some flour so I can roll the dough. And then now turn your dough onto the floured surface and then add some flour to it as well. And then just knead it lightly to just knock out any air that may be in there. Then shape it into a log, and you want to cut 12 equal pieces. So I just shaped into a log, and I'm just going to use a cutter to cut 12 equal pieces. This is the easiest you can do. You can do whatever you find to be easy, but this is the easiest way to do it. So once you've got your 12 pieces, you start shaping them into a ball, just like what I am doing there, and make sure the bottom is nice and tight, and then roll it into a ball. Once you've got your ball, you place it on your tray that you have prepared. So I prepared a tray and I've lined the tray. So now I'm just going to place it on the tray, and you repeat the same process until all 12 are done and they are ready. And once all of them are ready and on the tray, you want to proof them a second time. So I'm going to cover with cling wrap, which I have sprayed with oil so it doesn't stick. And this second proofing, you only want to proof until they're 75% doubled. So you don't want it to be double in size. It's like 3/4, and there you go, they've doubled. And whilst they're proofing, preheat your oven to 180 degrees. Now we are going to make our crosses. This is just 2 tablespoons of flour. You can use any flour, and that's been mixed with water. Make sure your texture is not too thin or too thick. And you can use a piping bag, you can use anything. I just used a Ziploc bag. And that's how you make your crosses. And once you've done that, it's going into the oven, and we are going to be baking them in the oven. And we are going to bake for about 18 to 20 minutes. Now they are ready, and I'm just glazing them. And this is just apricot jam that's been put in the microwave mixed with a little bit of water. You can glaze with honey or with whatever you want, but this is how you get the shiny finish. And there you go. Hot cross buns are ready. You can serve with butter, jam, or just enjoy them like that.